So if you've ever thought of making a fougasse, but then thought that the shaping just looked way too difficult, this video is hopefully to show you that it really is simple to do. Now, you want to start by just creating a single line from top to bottom on your fougasse. You can leave a space in the middle like I've done here, or you can go all the way top to bottom. That's completely up to you. Now, the next step on a traditional fougasse is usually the diagonal lines. They look sort of like veins on a leaf. You just take it all the way from the top to the bottom and then repeat on the other side. Now, I'm using a pizza wheel here to cut through it, but if you have something like a bowl scraper, that works wonderfully, or just really anything you have that's able to have you get through the dough without deflating it too much. Now, fougasse is really a tear and share bread, so after I'm done with these main diagonal cuts, I usually just keep going. In this case, I just keep going around making these small little incisions, which hopefully adds a little bit of artistic value, but really it's more for the functional benefit of when I'm done, I'm able to have friends and family just tear off little pieces of it as we go. Now, after you've got your main pattern done, you want to go back through all the holes that you've made and make sure that they're wide enough, because when it goes into the oven, it's going to start to sort of close in on itself. So if you have more room than I've left myself here on this video, you can get them nice and wide, and then it'll have a nice big pattern when it comes out of the oven. Now, a few final touches like making the edges pointy, and then it's ready to pop the toppings on and put it into the oven. Now, I love the smell and the taste of roasted garlic. It's dead easy to create, takes less than an hour, and once you actually have created it and let it cool down, you just want to take all that garlic and squeeze it out into a bowl. Now, we're going to want to put this on top of the dough, and if we just mix it as is, it's going to be a bit too thick. So what I end up doing is usually putting some egg white into it. And by adding the egg white, it not only thins out the solution to make it nice and easy to brush on, but it also adds a little bit of color to the final fougasse as well. You see here, it's got a much nicer consistency for being able to then paint onto the dough. So we take our pastry brush and we gently apply it all over to get that wonderful roasted garlic flavor all across every bit of it. And it also, because it's that nice wet layer, it adds a nice base to put things on, like here, some nice fresh milled rosemary. After that, you might want to put a little bit of olive oil on, adds a little bit of flavor, but it also adds a nice little browning spot in the oven. Finally, a little bit of coarse sea salt, which adds both flavor and texture for it, and then pop it into the oven. And you'll see I'm putting it on the parchment paper directly onto a heated baking steel. Now, keeping it on the parchment paper that you did the cuts on means that you're not going to be distorting it when you try and transfer it into the oven. The baking steel just allows for instant heat transfer, so that you're left with something that looks hopefully better than this. I do hope this helped you, and please let me know if you have any other ideas for other videos.